Greetings from the offices of Heritage. It's Casual Thursday today, as you can tell. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since we spoke last, and I just thought I'd check in on you and give you a quick update on things that I see happening. Since we spoke last, there's been a significant rebound in the equity markets all around the world. And the last time we talked, I mentioned that there's different phases as we go through the market correction and this recession, and you get the big initial drop. And then you get this period of time of uncertainty. How long is this going to last? And during this time, there tends to be lots of volatility. And we've had this big bounce, even 25 or 30% off the bottom. I don't know that we're going to continue to go straight up from here. Some things that I would expect to see as we go through this period of time would be more negative news, both on the economy side and on the virus side. Right now, we've essentially given the media just a platform to talk to all of us because there's nothing else to do. A suggestion I might make would be to limit media exposure as we go through this time period, because we probably haven't, or you probably haven't heard, the markets have had this significant recovery. So I would expect more volatility as we come through all this. But again, we can see the light on the other side of this. As soon as we get the world open back up again, I think we will see a very nice recovery from this recession. I do want to come back to a time in history where we did go through something like this. In 1918, the Spanish flu pandemic spread around the world. An estimated 50 million people died during that pandemic, 675,000 Americans. So it was quite a bit more significant than what we're experiencing here today. And what's so interesting is as bad as that was, in 1920, we got into the roaring 20s, and that was one of the most dynamic decades the United States has ever seen. And it's just ironic that that was exactly 100 years ago. And here we are entering the 2020s. And who's to say that the 2020s won't become one of the more, just dynamic decades of this century? So I think what we have to do is we have to focus on, on getting through this, on seeing the other side of the valley, sort of the light at the end of the tunnel. And we will get there. I sat in a call last week with my business coach, and he talked about the 3 Ps, remaining positive throughout this. Do anything you have to. Read positive things. Watch something funny, but stay positive. Be productive. And by being productive, look at tasks that you've put off. Get things accomplished during this time period and write them down. Keep track of what you've been doing. My wife and I have done that. It's amazing the list of things that we've gotten taken care of over this time period. And be present. Be with the people that you're with. Don't worry about what's going on in the world around us. Be focused on who you're with, and don't let all the other stuff bring you down. And before I end this, I want to say one thing too, is reach out to those people, maybe someone you haven't spoken to for a while, maybe an elderly family member, but reach out to some of those that are more vulnerable, because again, people are still scared. If they're watching the news, it's negative. So I'd just like to end this by take care of yourself, and be well and be safe until we talk again. Thank you.